a chance just to respond nominally to those points. So I'd like Nazam just to momentarily, Nazam, if you can just perhaps within a minute make a response to Chris before we give Christian Man his thoughts on what we've been saying.
Sure, just very quickly. I'm not sure if Chris understood the point about Jesus being the only prophet at the time making this claim about himself. It's like, for example, like if Chris, for example, went to evangelize in Times Square to inform people about the gospel, and then Diego, he went to Brooklyn to inform people about the gospel. So to the people in Times Square, Chris is the one with the message that people should go to, and likewise for the people in Brooklyn, Diego is the people that people would go towards for the message. So likewise, John and Jesus were contemporaries of one another. And so, so they were both from the same region, just like Chris and Diego, for example. Let's say they're from New York, but Chris, he specializes in Times Square, and Diego specializes in Brooklyn. So likewise, Jesus and John are both contemporaries of one another, and so if people, and both are sons of God, and both are prophets, and both have a special relationship with God. But to the people, the audience that Jesus is speaking to, for example, the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is the nearest person that they have access to God the Father. And so I meant it in that sense, that so each prophet has their own respective followers. So even John the Baptist had his own followers, and he continued to have followers. Even today, there are people that even today, like in parts of Africa and also in the Middle East, I forgot what they're called, but it begins with the letter M. And there's a Canadian scholar by the name of Simon something, I don't remember, but there's a documentary on YouTube. But basically, John the Baptist even today has followers that people still follow his teachings, and they regard him as a Messiah in some sense. So each one has their respected prophet, and each follower is going to the respective prophet to receive revelation, which the each one receives. So that's basically my point. So it's not so much about the words themselves, but it's taking the meaning of those words as to what they mean, and then you can apply this principle to like every prophet or every true prophet that is sent from God, sent by God.
I gotcha. I disagree with that understanding, but I understand what you're saying now.
Thank you, Chris. Christian Man, my friend, you haven't said nothing as yet, so fire away.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it all goes back to the Old Testament. A prophet that